yesterday?
Yeah, I have a bath, so I'm very sleepy.
Oh, you had a bath and so you're very sleepy. So you know what, we're going to do this quickly, do this short. So hi everybody.
Good morning.
So I'm here again with my mum, 12th of February, one day after her birthday. But when's Chinese New Year? It's next week, right?
Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Yeah,
So that will be, so today is the 12th.
17.
17.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
Maria is coming.
oh, that's nice. We'll be
Yeah.
on half term, so we're going to be away in
Yeah.
Friendship. So we've got Chinese New Year coming up, and it's quite interesting because my mum was born on the 8th day of the Chinese New Year. So
One day after.
So we're going to celebrate again on the 25th for your proper birthday. We'll come and make some noodles and dumplings and things. I'll bring something along. Actually, that's not a bad idea because Malena hasn't had a chance to see you.
But, well, if it is half term, if she's available,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, half term is next week, so we're away.
But because Maria has invited Eva to come,
Okay.
because
That's not
Maria
kind of
is off on Tuesday.
Okay.
You
Okay.
can come along.
Yes. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
And then
because Sandy has asked the Doodle Bar whether
Yes.
Four Seasons is open. And then Doodle Bar said that we are not the same.
Oh,
And
yeah, that's right.
They are not open yet,
Yes. Yes.
but they have got the red lantern hanging up,
Okay.
and they have got the name on it, Four Seasons.
Well, it's getting ready for it.
Yeah, but I think it will be open on New Year's Day.
Yes, I think so. That would be a good day for it to open. Okay, so we're going to go and read a bit, and then we'll come back. So we're in chapter 7, and we're talking about the Thrive contracts. So how Thrive contracts connect people with climate change. And the book Thriving at Nature Space is about a new approach. It's about how we can create things that I call Thrive contracts, which will allow us to buy the oil and gas and coal that's in the ground, a barrel at a time, and then we can choose whether it's going to be extracted or not. So it comes entirely up to us. And in case you're wondering what happens if it's extracted, your money is not lost. We can create a new money with it. We offer it to nature in return for nature's money. So it's kind of like changing your money to another currency. In this case, you're changing it for nature's currency. So how Thrive contracts connect with people with climate change. The world already has more oil, gas, and coal reserves than it should ever use. This is even before considering all the additional reserves it is busy trying to find. The science is clear beyond a shadow of a doubt. Exhausting the existing oil, gas, and coal reserves will cause unimaginable damage to the environment, the activities they enable, and to the climate. This equation is remote from people's daily experiences. Even in the middle of catastrophic disasters, people do not see the daily use of oil and gas and coal as part of the inexorable march to the exhaustion of these materials. Even if they do not make the connection between this march and the damage to their own future. The status quo is to force this connection on people. This is carried out through the Paris Agreement. Countries are called on to set their own voluntary nationally determined contributions, or NDCs, as targets to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. However, this is not entirely voluntary. They're compelled to give numbers that are consistent with the objectives of keeping within 1.5 degrees and 2 degrees of warming. Since every activity means more oil, gas, and coal use, these voluntary NDCs conflict with the country's need for economic growth. If the countries are genuine in wanting to achieve the targets, their governments somehow have to manipulate their people, businesses, and communities into compliance. Thrive contracts connect people to climate change differently by giving people direct and immediately tangible benefits. That takes away the need to guilt the current generation into thinking they have to sacrifice themselves. As long as Thrive contracts are used, the roadmap for oil, gas, and coal will automatically come about. This is a radically different approach from the Paris Agreement. The Paris Agreement sets an impossible deadline and therefore fails. Here, with Thrive contracts, there are no deadlines. They work because Thrive contracts are genuinely able to provide immediate and tangible benefits. This is in the form of Thrive coins in their pockets and profits from investments for their future. They therefore encourage those who are keen to be pioneers to explore how they can benefit. This is a different theory of change. The change comes because the economics is different. The roadmap now comes about in an emergent way. There is no schedule that needs to be followed. However, as the roadmap emerges, it becomes a guide for everyone else to see. Each person, business, and community can decide if the time is right for them to embark on the journey, and if it is not yet right for them, it allows them time to prepare. Against this, the driving force that will motivate people is climate change itself. Climate change is not going away for at least the rest of the century, and likely for significantly longer. Climate uncertainties will undermine the stability of the modern economy. This point is surprisingly often ignored. In most discussions about climate change, people out of habit treat the world as unchanging. That will not be the case. The headwinds against economic growth and personal well-being will become harsher with each passing year. How then does Thrive Contracts connect people with climate change? This comes through the economic activities they do, that is, how they spend and make money. Take, for example, a developer building a substantial mixed-use development on a large site. The way this works today is for the project to be accredited as climate change friendly. However, this is a fallacy. This simply encourages more similar projects, resulting in more oil, gas, and coal use. Even if the single project manages to be good, in aggregate, the total impact of all the projects is bad. Thrive Contracts corrects this fallacy by anchoring every project to selling more Thrive Contracts to nature. This means the more projects are there, the better it is for nature and for all. If the developer uses Thrive Bonds to finance its oil, gas, and coal requirements, then it would require an assessment upfront of how much oil, gas, and coal the project would need. There would be the cost associated with the energy needed. The incentive is to keep this cost low. The upfront cost typically cannot be reduced. Energy has to be used to build, and so the savings come by looking across the whole life cycle, from build through use and even to the development's eventual end of life. This is what Thrive Contracts motivate people to do. They make it natural to consider the whole life cycle use of energy. They make it beneficial to see if the purpose of the project can be achieved differently. It may turn out that building a new complex multiplex is unnecessary, and the developer can make more profit by extending an existing project instead. Only by carrying out analysis in this way would it be possible to discover this, so that a new economy can emerge that abides by nature's pace. This type of approach will favor taking advantage of local features to create life cycle savings. For example, a building in one location may use passive heating solutions to regulate temperature, and in another, it may save energy and improve aesthetics with solar panels artistically cladding its external walls. For a third still, it may combine temperature control with urban agriculture to improve the holistic and life cycle costs to the development's potential users. The choice for each project would take advantage of the project's actual economic, social, and ecological environment. It would also take notice of the potential client base. Buildings would become less like identical replicas and more like siblings, sharing familial similarities but proudly different. Ultimately, this has to create tangible benefits for the developer and his clients. That has to be a matter of economics. Simply, this either means less cost or more revenues. That matters to the developer and to the potential leasing clients and user community. This is important because they all affect the total holistic lifetime energy needs. The developer is motivated to do this because it improves the stability of the business. This opens up opportunities for a premium to be charged for the value of the energy saved, with the premium turned into Thrive coins that can be shared. It's like being in a building that offers a gym and a workspace. Now we can offer those and Thrive coins to the business tenants, residents, and even retail customers. Thrive Contracts thus connect people with climate change by changing the economics. They benefit directly through their economic choice. They bring about value propositions that make it possible for people to be individually better off and in aggregate be better for the climate change. So, thank you. That was quite a thick and heavy chapter. I think this is going to be a bit like that. I'm going to just mark this here as the next 7.3. So, Mum, how are you going to be today?
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think I should let you go to sleep.
I tell Katie to buy pandan cake.
Yes.
I said, well, buy a big one. If the big one cannot be cut into 10 pieces, then buy 2 small ones.
Yes.
Then you can get 2 small ones. You can get more than enough to cut into 12 pieces.
Yes. Then we can celebrate on Saturday. This is for our singing group on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yes. And we're going to be practicing for it. Okay. Practice Mamma Mia. All right.
But last time they didn't sing Mamma Mia.
No, we'll ask them. But
Yeah.
anyway, so thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Do you want to have chicken soup?
No, I got to go.
Okay.
I had some myself last night. I made